Krista Namdal. Welcome back to Yard on the Beach. This is episode 178 or 9, something like that. I wrote it correctly in there. Thanks for joining me live. We're at Bonita Beach watching the sunrise over the buildings in the east, and this is the Gulf of Mexico behind me. I am a few minutes late this morning, and I'm sorry. I got all the way to the beach and was so proud of myself because I was early. I was like, oh, I'm early, I'm going to do a little crafting, and then I realized I left my tripod and my towel in the car, so then I had to huff it all the way back to the car, and obviously didn't have enough time, but really needed it, so no sound. Anybody else having sound issues? Let's see, I don't see any. Good morning, everyone. Hi, Dana. Hi, Cindy. Hi, Melissa. Hi, Karen. Missed a few names. Thanks for joining me live. Hi, Lisa. Thank you. This is the Lila beaded crochet necklace scarf, and I've posted a link to the free pattern, the printed pattern, and the yarn in the video description. I did all that before I left this morning, so yay me. Okay, other people are hearing sound that start with a long pause. Okay, no sound problems now. Good. So you can hear these magnificent waves behind me. They're little, but they're making lots of noise. So that's awesome. Oh, I'm sweating. It's so hot and humid here today, like thick air. And of course, that's the day I have to huff it back and forth to the car to get my tripod. Okay, everything will be fine. Hi, Carmen. Hi, Sarah May. Hi, Sanchelle. Hi, Lisa. You can hear the waves. Awesome. They are so awesome this morning. I think that word is starting to get on my nerves. I think I've used the word awesome for decades now, and I think it's time to switch it up. Haven't decided what word to try to reteach myself to say for everything good. It's funny, on Charlie's Angels they use the word terrific a lot, and I always laugh because it feels a little bit dated the way they do it, but I've been debating whether or not to try to train myself to say terrific instead of awesome. I don't know. The crazy things I think about when I'm knitting and crocheting, right? Do you guys have crazy thoughts when you're working, when you're really focused on your knitting and crochet? Isn't it funny sometimes the thoughts that pop into your head? Fabulous, spectacular, fantastic. Yeah, those are good words too. I like fabulous a lot. That's very dramatic. Right up my alley. Marvelous, yes. Yeah, other people get crazy thoughts that run through their head. It's so funny, isn't it? It's kind of like when you're trying to meditate, and every time I try to meditate, I mean, I get better at it when I work at it, but sometimes the craziest thoughts go through your head when you're trying, like in the beginning, when you're trying to settle your mind. It's like your brain tries to tempt you not to focus, and I think it's really funny, some of the crazy stuff that goes through your head. Hi Ruth, hi Sherry, hi Sharon. Thanks for joining me live, everybody. So glad this worked out today for all of you to join me. It's a beautiful morning. Got gorgeous colors and pretty clouds and great color combinations in the sky. I see a few seagulls, maybe Curious George is here. Let me show you the beach. Oh, Chantel made this necklace scarf. Awesome. I'll show you a few different ways to wear it in a minute too. So here's the beach to the south of us. Pretty desolate. Here's the big fireball coming up in the sky. A few of our turtle nests are still protected and perfect. There's Curious George maybe. Real quiet on the beach to the north of us as well. We've got a fisherman close by. And our beautiful water. Thanks, Ruth. I love this scarf too. So this is the Lila crochet necklace scarf, and there are two different patterns of this style of scarf. I have one called the Caribbean turquoise necklace scarf, and this is the Lila scarf. And the only difference between them is that they each have a different stitch pattern. But so it's a stitch pattern done in rows with no increases on the edges. Here and here, but it has the double increase in the center. So let me give you an example of what I mean by that. If you're doing a top-down triangular shawl, you would do a double increase in the center and a single increase on each end to maintain that triangle shape. But by making this nice and long, scarf size, but lengthwise, and not doing increases, you keep that scarf or rectangular wrap shape. And by putting a double increase in the center, you create a point in the middle. So now we have a long, skinny, rectangular scarf with a point in the center. Okay? And then on the very last row, we add these adorable little beads that they're metal and they look like yarn balls. I hope that turns up in the camera. So if you want to buy the kit from me, the kit includes enough yarn to make the scarf in Be So Fine yarn. And it includes the little beads. The beads come in either gold tone or silver tone. And I have to tell you, from all the kits that I've sold through the lifetime of doing this kit, through the lifetime of the two patterns, the gold and the silver both look good with just about every color of yarn. I've seen, this is Lilac Memories colorway of Be So Fine yarn, and I did it with the gold beads, but it looks pretty with the silver beads too. I did the Caribbean turquoise colorway for the other scarf, and I added silver beads on that one, but it looks gorgeous with the gold beads too. So whatever color beads you're drawn towards, they look good. All the colors look good with both. Oh, tassels would be a good idea on here too. Yeah, definitely. You could do little tassels along the edge here, kind of like on the Dazzling shawl. That would be super cute to do mini tassels on the edge. Oh, so anyway, so for styling, this is the original way that I like to wear it, where you put the point in the front, but not too tight on your neck, and then wrap the two sides down. Good morning. And you wrap the two sides down like that. Now, could also wear the point in the back, especially if you were going to wear your hair up. Let's say you were going to wear your hair up, that would look super cute in the back. And then once you put it in the back, and you still have the edging all down the front, so it's still pretty on this side. Now you could tie it in a bow. You could just tie it, or tie it in a bow would be really cute. How cute is that, right? And then any of the other ways that you would tie a scarf, or you could wrap this around a couple of times still and make it shorter. Like that. And then you get to see all that little bit of lace edging all the way around. So you've got that way to wear it. And then, oh my gosh, it's so hot out here this morning. It's nuts. I wonder what the humidity is. Okay, so then we're going to fold it in half. And we're going to do keyhole style, where you wrap it around, fold it in half, tuck the ends through the loop. And I think this is really cute too. And once you put a beautiful edging on something like that, I mean, it doesn't really matter how you drape it around yourself, because the edging is the star. And you add all those little beads, and now I mean, this looks like a necklace too. It's adorable. Okay, all right. And I always say I'm not going to try it as a headscarf, because I always feel really insecure about the way I style without a mirror and without the right hairdo. Let's see, I'm going to lift this up so you can see the top of my head. But I'm going to attempt it, because I think that this would be an amazing candidate for a headscarf if you're good at putting a headscarf on. Which I say I'm not, but one of these days I'm going to figure out how to rock it, because I want to. Okay, so let's try. And it might need to be longer for this. Can't decide. Okay, so I'm not going to get it right today, but look at how pretty that lace looks on my forehead. If I could make, maybe if it was a little bit longer, I think that might look super cute as a headscarf. So I'm just going to fake it for a second so you can see the lace. I think the lace is amazing on your head. Now you might want to not do the point or the beads to do that. Maybe you would just do it even, like here, and just do that all the way along, and maybe make it a little bit thicker. Maybe go twice as long, and I think that that would be an amazing headscarf. Because that contrast of lace over your hair, especially if you pick a color of yarn that contrasts with your hair color. If you have black colored hair, It's called the Lila Crochet Necklace Scarf, and I've put a link to everything in the video description already, and you can search for it on my website. It has videos, it has the free pattern, it has a printed pattern that you can purchase and have mailed to you, and it also comes as a yarn kit. Yeah, you could wear this as a belt too. Watch. Look at this. How freaking adorable is this as a belt? You could wear the point on the side and tie it over here. Now, I'm not wearing the perfect outfit for it, but I know you can get an idea of what I'm talking about. What if you wore a loose dress and bloused it up because you added that belt to it? I mean, absolutely gorgeous. So, and I'm sure if we thought about it a little longer, we could come up with another couple of ways to wear it too. Yeah, it would be pretty in a variegated yarn too, for sure. Yeah, I love it as a belt too, Melissa. Now I just need to find the right dress to do that. In fact, I just bought a strapless maxi dress on Amazon that it arrived. It's amazing. It's strapless and it has shirring in the bust, which is nice so it's not tight on your bust. Then it has a seamed waistband, which is nice. Then it goes into a fuller maxi skirt with pockets, and I got it in a bright violet royal blue color, and I'm hoping to wear it at the beach here and also wear it for styling some photos for the new floppy hats and maybe some shawls too. But it is the softest stretchy fabric. It feels like wearing a nightgown. I'm serious. And I think it's around $20. I've already put it in my Amazon shop. I can't show you it on me yet because I haven't worn it, but I can tell you that it's amazing. And it comes in a ton of sizes. I think I bought the large, but I think it goes from extra small to 2X or 3X. There's a huge size range. And it's so comfortable on. And I think that strapless is just a really fun way to accessorize, so wearing a denim vest over it, or wearing one of my crochet vests over it, or a shawl draped over my shoulders. I think there's lots of ways to make. Yes, the wire arrived, Cindy, but I don't like the way the hats came out, so I'm going to have to redo them. I think I have to tweak it a little bit, but they're getting there. They're getting there. I just want to make sure that they're right before I release them. My screen went dark. So today I'm waiting on the polka dot dress to arrive, and I found a top for fall on there today that comes in a floral print. It ties in the front and it has kimono sleeves and it's loose and flowy, and it came in so many colors of the print that I can't decide, so I've got to figure that out. But it was also under $20, and it'll be so fun to wear when the weather cools down. But what was I talking about? Why was I mentioning the dress? Oh! This will look great as a belt on the dress, and that's one of the first things I'm going to show you, is I'm going to show you how to wear this as a belt on the beautiful strapless maxi dress with pockets. Please add more what? I didn't see that message. Please let me know if you feel comfortable repeating it. Go ahead. Please add more something to something, but I don't know what you said. It scrolled by too quick. Plus my screen went just so dark. I wish you could see how dark it goes. It's nuts. Somebody mentioned they like this color on black. Yeah, this is a beautiful color. It's called Lilac Memories, and it totally reminds me. Oh, add more clothes on Amazon. Okay, I will. I added the flowy top even though I didn't buy it yet, but I read all the reviews and it says it runs large, which is awesome, because that means it'll fit more people that way. Anytime something runs large, there's more options for more sizes, so that's great. It comes in a large size range anyways, and it has kimono sleeves, flowy floral prints, and then it ties in the front, so I think it's going to be really fun. I think it'll be pretty over crocheted skirts. I think it'll be pretty over jeans. I think it'll be pretty over khakis. It's more hip length. It's not long, so you'll have to wear it. Can't wear leggings with it really, unless you can rock leggings. Then more power to you. I wear leggings over longer shirts. Oh, Susanna wants to know how to find my clothes on Amazon. Go to amazon.com/shop/Kristen Omdahl. There is a link in the video description to get there. And then I have 4 different subcategories when you get to that front page. One of them will be beauty items, like people ask me about my makeup all the time, so I put in like my lipsticks and things like that. Then there's one for fashion where I put all the clothes all the good finds that I love on Amazon for clothes. And the things that you see me wear here, like this top, this cold shoulder top, is also in my Amazon shop. Then there's knitting and crochet, so crochet hooks and knitting needles and my yarns and my books and things like that in there. And then there's one where I put household items, which, you know, I started that subcategory when my dad passed away a couple months ago, because I wanted to share some of the things with everybody that my dad turned me on to, like the different tools that he's bought for me over the years, or the neat gadget. He was an engineer, so he always had great gadget ideas. And one of my favorites that's in that shop is called Eneloop. Has anybody heard of Eneloop before? If you haven't heard of Eneloop, I cannot recommend it highly enough. It is a rechargeable battery system that you can buy for your house. It doesn't cost that much money, and you can use any size battery. I mean, you buy them from Eneloop in a charging station, but whether you need AAAs, AA's, or any of the other sizes, when you're done using them, you go put them on the charger, pick up the other set you have already on the charger, and reuse them. Since I've used Eneloop, and I've been using it over a year now, I haven't bought a single battery for anything in my house. Amazing. So, oh, thanks, Naomi. I almost cried when I mentioned him. Here we go. Anyway, I started that page to remember all, I mean, he was awesome for technical stuff and gadget stuff, and also loved to play games. So some of our favorite games that we played with him are in that area, in that subcategory. So it says household, and some of my favorite appliances are in there, but all the gadgets for the house that he and I discovered and shared over the years are in there too. And I got to tell you, if there's one thing that I would recommend to you, kitchen or household gadget wise, to save you money and be better on the environment, please take a look at my link to Eneloop. I thanked him every time I saw him after he turned me on to it, because I can't believe how much money I save in batteries now. Does anybody else know about Eneloop? Just kind of curious if anybody else has heard of it. See, my dad had loved the concept of recyclable batteries a few years ago, and he jumped on it right away, and the first ones that he found were awful. So when he then recommended Eneloop to me, I probably rolled my eyes like a daughter does. And, oh, the other one sucked, Dad, I don't want to do it again. And so then he insisted that I try it, and I'm blown away. I've had the same set now, like I said, well over a year, and all I do is switch them out. So the remote controls for the TV and the cable box, always changing. I have a wireless trackpad for my computer and wireless keyboard, and switch out my batteries all the time, and it's no big deal. I keep the charging station right in my office, so when I need new batteries, boom, just switch them out. Marlon needs new batteries for his gaming stuff or whatever he does, and so he just comes in my office and swaps out his batteries. So we ended up buying, I think, 2 sets of the batteries, the AAAs and the AA's, and I forget what other sizes we have. And then we just have the one docking station. And seriously, it takes seconds to change your batteries now, instead of having to go to the store and buy them, and they're expensive, and so it's a lot of money saved, better for the environment, but I can't believe how well they work. I think that's the thing that blows my mind the most. So sorry that's not very crafty, but it is very environmentally sound, and it is also a huge cost savings and convenience. So I really been wanting to tell you guys about that page for a while. So should have called it Dad's Tricks, but I called it Household Things. Ooh, I have water. Yeah, batteries are so expensive, Naomi. Please, if you want to take a look at my recommendation, it's in my Amazon shop, and I would never go back to batteries since I did it. I also have I was talking yesterday how I reorganized my office and put my desk in a closet. By doing so, I opened myself up to great organization for a crafty office, because I looked at closet organizing, things that can hang on the clothing bar, and funny enough, I found them in nursery organization, but I found these shelving units that are cloth, and they have shelves with drawers in them, which I put all of my pens and my markers and things like that, and notebooks and list books. And then the skinny one, I made a work in progress organization tower. It's amazing. And those are in that same house. Well, I can't remember if I put those in the craft category or the household, but either one. Imagine having a little tower in the closet, and you tuck each one of your work in progress pieces in there. It's so adorable, and I feel so much organized for it. I'll definitely take pictures and show you. So I was going to crochet this morning. At Knitting Club last night, I was working on this hexagon shaped motif, and I swear, sometimes you have to really be far along established in a project before you take it to a knitting club, because I was chatting with everybody and I made a mistake, like, no lie, 6 times on the first round and didn't notice it till the second and third round. I restarted this 6 times last night before I got it right. I think it was towards the end of the second hour that I finally got it right. So now I can continue on through my 5 rounds. But isn't that going to be beautiful? It's double treble crochet in a hexagon shape. So pretty. And I've also been doing a chain 4 that doesn't count as a stitch. Instead of chain 5 counting as a stitch for the beginning of my rows, and look at how much more invisible the start of the round is that way. See? Normally you would see a very prominent line here if you used a chain 5 and counted it as a stitch and slip stitch to it, but instead I'm doing a shorter chain and skipping it and slip stitching to the first double treble. So it makes it more invisible, and look, at from a distance you can't see which side has the joins that way. I think that's one of my favorite tricks for doing things in the round. I mean, whenever possible, I prefer to work in a spiral without slip stitching at the beginning of the round, because it lends itself so beautifully to having that invisible round edge. But there are times, like with taller stitches, where it's not practical. And so when it's not practical to work in a spiral without joining rounds, I think it's really helpful to do a shorter chain than what the stitch counts for. So like a double treble would be the equivalent of 5 chains. A double crochet would be the equivalent of 3 chains. So even on a double crochet round, I would do a chain 2 instead of a chain 3, but not count it as the stitch, so that when you slip stitch to the beginning of the round, you slip stitch to the stitch, not the chain space. And although it's still there, and if you're looking closely, you can find it, but from a distance, it's not so glaringly obvious like the other way of joining the round. And there's lots of other people's tips and tricks for hiding this chain, and there's all sorts of ways to do it, right? There's a million ways to do everything, but this is the one that I like to use, and I just wanted to show you how pretty that looks. Sarah's making dishcloths today. That's wonderful. Hi, Anna Maria. Thanks for joining. Say what? I don't know. Thanks, Lisa. Thank you. Thanks, Sherry. It does look pretty. I love it. I'm not sure what the say what comment was. Did you need me to repeat something? I'm not sure I understand. Have we gone over on time? I can't see the screen. No, we're still good. This is Be So Bare yarn. It's the undyed organic cotton sport weight yarn that I sell. And it's also made in the U.S. I'm also talking to a supplier of USA-made alpaca yarn right now. How does everybody feel about me bringing an alpaca yarn into the line? Kind of curious to hear what people think about that. A beautiful, super, super soft alpaca yarn made in the U.S. Oh, that's okay, Jean. Sometimes things sound more confusing when they're done in words. If you saw it written, it might make more sense. Okay, I see a few yeses on alpaca yarn. Oh no, Sherry, it's not itchy at all. It would not be itchy. It would be super, super soft. Yep, few more yeses for alpaca. Okay, cool. I've seen samples of an alpaca blended with cotton. I've seen samples of alpaca blended with wool, and both incredibly soft. And I've seen, and they showed me samples of a lace weight, which would be beautiful for shawls. And they've also showed me a DK weight, which we don't have a DK weight in my yarn right now. Yes, it's soft, lightweight, and warm. It's hypoallergenic, so people that have wool allergies are not always allergic to alpaca. It's incredibly soft and actually more warm than wool. Yes, it's definitely hand washed. Or it makes incredibly beautiful felted items. If you've ever seen felted alpaca for hats and super warm gloves and cowls, it's amazing. It has this halo. It's prettier than felted wool and makes really fancy looking felted wear. Really beautiful. So yeah, unless you want it felted, you would want to hand wash alpaca. So even if it's blended with cotton, you would want to, because the cotton blend is mostly alpaca, but so soft. Oh yes, alpaca will felt too. Now if you're buying a commercially made yarn that has 10% alpaca and it's 90% acrylic or something like that, chances are that won't felt. But if something is mostly alpaca, alpaca by itself does felt like wool. But felt beautifully. Oh my gosh. I felted a hat in alpaca years ago. I felted a sweater in alpaca. What else did I felt that was so pretty? I think I did a cowl once too, and felting it just made it, oh, I don't even know how to describe it, but just so soft and not stiff like wool. It was really beautiful. It looked more like a woven fabric, like a woven cashmere shawl. It looked like that. No, not itchy at all. I only pick things that are super high, not high end, but super high quality. And super high quality and softness is definitely something that is the top of my priority list. So yes, there is shrinking when you felt. Yep. Yeah, alpaca animals are so cute too. I've actually gotten, because I'm dealing with a U.S. supplier, I've actually gotten to see pictures of the animals what the yarn would come from, and I got to see them on their farm, so that's really exciting too. So if I go with that yarn, I'll be able to show you the cute animals that it comes from and how safely and beautifully they're treated. Yes, I love the natural colors too. And I think it would be, we'd do natural colors and do soft, muted colors with it. Nothing too bright. All right, well, I'm glad to see everybody is on board with that new edition, so I think I will pursue it a little bit more. Be fun for fall and winter too. Good morning, Dawn. Thanks for joining live. Oh wow, we're out of time. Let's take this last minute here to look out on our magnificent view, soak in the colors and the sounds of the waves, and set our intentions for the day. Thanks so much, everyone, for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed the sunrise, the sound of the waves, the colors of the water and the scenery, chatting with me and everyone else here. Don't forget, I put links in the video description for all the things we talked about this morning. If you have any questions, please feel welcome to leave them in the comments. Let us make time to create, share, and inspire today and every day. I'll see you all tomorrow. Bye.